I tried to grow them for 3 years and they died. Like I did not grow them for 3 years.
Okay.
I accidentally ordered Italian ranunculus. I didn't know that that's what I was doing. And that year I was like, what's up? I figured it out. And then I was like, wait, I didn't do anything different. And then I looked back and I was like, oh, these are Italian. I wonder if that makes a difference.
Yeah, okay.
It makes a difference.
Okay.
This is my friend Heidi, and she brought me this. I don't know, wherever you went.
Okay, everyone. Okay, we're both talking.
So when we make funny faces, just make them at this camera.
Okay.
No, yeah, she came and this is her. This looks so official, and this is her. And you do so many other things like, you know, making people not making them beautiful, but like accentuating.
Yeah.
Yes. Hair. Now you're doing gardening.
I know. Flowers. I opened with Daymaker this last year. A little floral design business.
Just on the side.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Okay. So anyway, yeah, Taylor's probably gonna eat half of this. And then Hazel's probably gonna eat the other half. And I would eat the whole thing and tell them I'm not allowed to.
Yes.
Right now. Oh my gosh. That's so amazing. I can't believe you made that.
It smells good. Oh, I got it like my house is like a bakery. My husband will just go through those loaves like none other. Just having
like you
loaves
can
in.
handle it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, so good. Okay, well though we just talked about sourdough.
Yeah.
We're not here primarily to talk about sourdough, though we can if you want. Especially if you go to gluten-free
No,
sourdough.
I'm all about the flowers.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we were chatting the other day, like starting to text, and you were like, "Hey, I really want to try ranunculus," and I was like, "All right, shoot me your questions." And I was like, "Wait a second, actually, just can you come to my kitchen and ask me all your questions?" And
Here I am.
video it? I know.
Yeah.
You're so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I actually have a couple of questions for you first.
Okay.
So what are you doing now? You were just starting to talk about that you opened up something last year.
Yeah, I've always loved flowers, you know. I feel like I've been over to the fields a few seasons in a row and just made friends with like the farmers up here, and it's a beautiful community. And like they're just, who doesn't love flowers? It's like the most bonding thing. So
It is.
my life I'm driven by beauty and finding it, creating it, growing it now, you know. So I work 2 days a week at the salon in Kirkland, and then I opened Daymaker on the side. That was kind of seasonal, although I am doing orders throughout the year.
Oh wow.
So that's kind of just designing flowers, showers. I had a wedding booked for this month.
Ooh, have you done it already?
Bouquets. No, that's this coming weekend.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's just been fun. And last summer, I don't know what it was that I feel like there's a trajectory of like you start making your own bread and then you're like, oh, maybe I want to start a garden. Oh, maybe I want to get some chickens. Oh, maybe I want to get, you know, it's
looking
just
at chickens last night.
Oh, yeah. It's like we talk about it all the time. We're like, we're just gonna do it in our little like suburban yard.
So much.
And I mentioned it to my husband. I was like, maybe I should try gardening. Like, it would be cool. I could save money on herbs. And maybe a couple things. And he came home like the next day with a truck full of like the raised beds and soil. And I was like,
that man is a keeper.
okay, he really is. And we're both the same. It's like, he always says like how you do one thing is how you do everything. And I'm kind of extreme. And yeah, so he came home with these beds, went and got a truck full of soil and was like, here you go. And it was like late July, August.
Okay.
It was very late.
Wow.
So
yeah.
I
last year. This is
this last summer. Yeah. And I was like, okay, quick, let me go to the nursery. So I just bought everything from start because I was so late. And then I just became addicted. It was like so fun to be out there. I mean, I know you guys irrigate, but I'm hand watering everything.
Oh no,
just
it's
peaceful.
Zen.
Yeah.
It's so
the highlight
good for
of
your
my whole
nervous
day.
system
Totally.
and your brain.
The blue zone habits, you know?
Oh yeah,
you know?
that's right.
It's like they say gardening, walking, like touching soil, feet on the ground. Like those are the habits that prolong your health.
Yeah.
They
just make me feel better.
Yes.
Like they
immediately
make me able to be like, oh, what I was really super bothered about, like all day yesterday, I just kind of needed a walk.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
You need to just touch some dirt.
Yeah.
or exhale, you know.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, now that we have all these beds and all the soil, and my in-laws got me a greenhouse for Christmas.
That's right. That's what
Yeah,
you texted.
so I'm like, okay, you guys are just giving me like the infrastructure. I really feel this pressure to do something with it in a good way.
Good.
Of like, I want to utilize it.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd start early because they say with the greenhouses you can extend your season.
Heck, yes.
I don't know anything about gardening, so I figured who better to ask than you.
Oh, okay.
Especially with ranunculus because
Yeah.
I just fell in love. Dahlias, they're still like, I feel like there's a hierarchy of flowers and like
Totally.
intensity. So I'm like, I have like a ranuncula, I could start there. Yeah. So I need to know basically everything.
Okay.
Like from the time I get the corms to like, how do you make it grow?
Oh my gosh, I'm here for you.
Okay,
I'm so here
thanks.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any like certain things that you like are top of mind in terms of like, oh my gosh, I am so worried about this, or I've heard that this is tricky. Like on an intimidation scale, like are you intimidated by them, or are you?
Well, no, because I have you.
Okay.
But for people who don't, I think it is intimidating. I've heard like they can be finicky or fussy to grow, but I don't really know about like what they like, what they don't like. I just
Like them.
Your photography is like really breathtaking.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would love to take all the credit for that, but that's my
Yes.
Lauren.
Yep.
I mean, I do the videos, I do Instagram stuff,
Yeah.
but she like
The actual photos she captures,
I
it's
know.
like,
I know.
yeah.
Well, and last year we had, of course, this is always how it goes, but last year we had like, all of us had a chance to leave in June, and it was like the time that all of my beds went into bloom with my ranunculus. So I reached out to Rachel from Every Bloom. I don't know if you know Rachel.
I don't think so.
I love her so much. Anyway, I was like, Rachel, can you go play with my flowers?
Oh.
And
Yeah.
I was like, just cut anything.
Oh,
in
when
there.
you were gone.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
I do
yeah.
remember this. Yes, I did too. I was like,
Yes.
snip, snip, snip.
Yeah.
It's out of your garden.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah. So anyway, she took a bunch of the good, some of the photos
Amazing.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Beautiful.
I know. So okay, so you would be a little intimidated.
Yeah, I think so because I don't know anything.
Okay.
I'm really like, you couldn't teach me as if I'm like a 5-year-old.
Oh, that's
know?
how I teach.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
Because that's where
And that's how I think, so
know,
it
yeah. Okay. So I think I'll start by saying, and I don't know if you know this, but there's basically 3 main types of ranunculus in terms of genetic lines of them. I mean, there's other ones, but there's 3 like market wise. There is 3 main ones, and I like when I started carrying the ones from Italy, which is the ones that I do, probably like 5 years ago. I only knew of like 1 or 2 other places in the whole United States that you could get them.
Wow.
And now it's people are taking off.
Okay.
Yeah, it's taken off. Just because like the anemones ones come out of California, and they're the ones that in Carlsbad, California, like the ranunculus fields.
Yeah.
That's what those.
Yes.
That's no, that's the telecate or telecote. I don't know how to say these things.
Okay, I don't either.
Yeah. That's the telecate. And anyway, those are in California. There's and then there's an amandine, so like Shimalo or I can't remember off the top of my head some other ones. They have a salmone. They have, I mean, it's not salmone, it's salmon, I guess. But anyway, I tried to grow them for 3 years and they died. Like I did not grow them for 3 years.
Okay.
1 year it was the squirrels.
Oh.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But I accidentally ordered Italian ranunculus. I didn't know that that's what I was doing. And that year I was like, what's up? I figured it out. And then I was like, wait, I didn't do anything different. And then I looked back and I was like, oh, these are Italian. I wonder if that makes a difference.
Yeah, okay.
It makes a difference.
Okay.
I would say that the 2 main things for ranunculus is temperature and water.
Okay.
And so ranunculus wake up. They wake up around 50 degrees when it's like when the soil temperature is 50 degrees.
Okay.
And then they will go dormant when it hits like 80s. Around here though,
Sure.
it's sometimes like they can last.
Doesn't always hit.
It just depends
Yeah,
it just depends on their summer. So Pacific Northwest is an amazingly rad place to grow them because it's very close to what the exact temperature and weather is where the Blancheri family, who hybridizes these for like the past 50 years, years.
Okay.
Lives in Italy.
Oh, amazing.
So I'm gonna visit them someday.
So cool.
I know. Anyway, so yes. So basically, ranunculus take about if they're in like their perfect favorite conditions, water-wise and temperature-wise, and sun-wise, they will take about 90 days till you get your first bloom.
Okay.
So from the time you start them to the time you see your first flower is 90 days.
Okay.
They will flower. It kind of depends on the weather.
Yeah.
So like if we get a super hot like June or something, then they're like, "What's up? Peace out." It's been 3 weeks, and you're like, "Don't go."
And they will not come back. That's just the end.
It depends on how long that like. They usually have to start back up.
Okay.
Like they go dormant, and then you know it's just they need a little. They like to start up when it's cold, and so usually they don't start back up when it's warm.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
Yep. Unless there's like a drop in the temps.
Yeah, but it would have to be pretty
June.
significant.
Totally.
Yeah, or July, you know. But anyway, so yeah. So there's two things that you can do to make that bloom time longer. Like I said, if the weather is awesome and you plant them, like if you just throw them in the ground, they're gonna bloom for you for like 6 weeks. 6 to 7 weeks, the plant will. But there's two things that you can do to get a little bit more, like extend that bloom window if the weather is all the same. And one is just soaking them before you put them in the ground.
Okay.
A lot of times here though, we don't even have to soak them because it's
So wet. Yeah, totally.
But what's up? We get like 5 days of sun now.
Yeah.
Just so
So
rad.
dry.
So what I do, you will read all like, I don't know. I just don't worry about the internet. But you'll read like, oh,
Good
okay,
life tip.
yeah. They're like, okay, you need to soak them, you need the water running, da, da, da.
Yeah.
I just, because that is, I don't fuss with my, I just don't fuss.
Yep.
And I think the Italians, because their genetics they can just handle, they're so merciful. So what I do is I literally fill up like a mug or whatever. I open the package, I put them in here.
Oh.
Make sure you put a label on it or stick
yeah.
the package under there or whatever. You soak them overnight, just go to bed.
Okay.
Wake up, dump the water out, and then plant them sometime that day.
Into the soil? Sorry.
Yes.
Like, not directly into the raised bed, but into like a soil tray?
No, you can do, pre-sprouting.
Okay.
Pre-sprouting is, I'll tell you about that next.
Okay.
That it would be separate, that like in a soil
Okay.
or whatever. But, the first thing that you can do that will extend the season a little bit is just soaking, because that gets them going in. Like, they plump up to like twice the size. They look very different.
Okay.
And it's just kind of like, hey guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like, you know how like like if you started seeds on your counter just on a paper towel, you know, they're just like,
they swell.
Yeah, they swell, and then they can like get going actually.
Yeah.
So anyway, you just soak them overnight and pop them in the dirt. But the other thing that you can do is pre-sprouting, and that is where you basically will plump them up overnight, soak them, and then you put them in a tray, you know, like 2 or 3 inches of, I just use my casserole like pans.
Wow.
I
love it.
Official.
Yes. No, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to keep them kind of like moist. Like you don't want to grab the dirt, and if you squeeze the dirt, have like water coming down your hand. But if you like squeeze the dirt, you want it to kind of stay in the bowl.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just have
totally.
some moisture.
That's a good reference point for feel.
Cool. So anyway, and then they want to be, they don't need any light because they're just under the dirt and just kind of like waking up slowly and getting going. And so I put them in the garage. My garage stays around like 58, 60 degrees. It's a little bit warm, but you can throw them like in a closet or a basement or somewhere that's between 50 and 60 degrees.
Okay.
And basically what that is that's like a little nursery for them. That's like their favorite.
Okay.
And so like, you know, if you just soak them and pop them out, like we'll have, sometimes our soil temps will be like, maybe even in the 40, like, you know, like you don't know what's going to happen outside. It's usually really great around here for ranunculus, but a lot of places in the country aren't like this.
Sure.
And then sometimes we aren't like that, you know? And so if you want to just be like, I'm gonna baby these suckers, I've got the time.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So you can pre-sprout them inside, and basically after about 2 weeks or so, you'll see these little white roots starting to come off of the tubers, or sorry, the corms, and that's when they're like ready to go. You've basically been like, hey guys, like, you know, gentle with them, and then you can put them outside. Okay. So when they don't like being planted deep,
Okay.
I only plant my ranunculus like maybe 2 inches deep.
Okay.
And they are way heavy feeders, especially the Italian ones, because their blooms are so. I mean, my beds,
Yes.
a lot of them last year were Italians,
Yeah.
not all of them, but they were. And so they take up a lot of energy.
Okay.
Same with sweet peas, by the way. Sweet peas like want to be
Okay.
half.
So when you
compost,
say
at least.
heavy feeders, that means a lot of compost,
Yeah.
like food
Yes.
and water.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're very similar to sweet peas too, in that you don't want them to dry out. Like you
Okay.
don't want them to get bone dry.
Yeah.
But they also can't. They're like dahlias too, where they don't want to sit in a puddle.
Uh-huh.
So basically, like around here, because I plant mine in half compost, like it's like soil from last year, and then every year I have them in like I till in like 3 inches of compost. Compost is really a great drainage, and so they're perfect.
Okay.
For the rain, you know, like
Yeah.
once you put them outside. When they're in the greenhouse, it depends on kind of like the humidity of your greenhouse.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's
We're building it this weekend, so I don't know what it's gonna be like.
Yeah.
So when you say like you can baby them and start them inside in a closet or somewhere in that temp,
Mm-hmm.
does the light not matter, or it needs to be dark?
No.
So if my greenhouse is cold, I could start them in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. 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 You just don't need to worry about light. Some
Yeah.
people are like, oh, it needs to be dark, and I'm like, they're under. This is what I'm saying. Don't listen to me.
They're under the soil.
Yeah. Just don't worry about the
that's funny.
stuff, guys.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Anyway, but I'm also spoiled because I grow like 90% Italian. So the other ones can't, like, what happens when they get too wet, like especially the first like 7 days, you need to watch it. That's when if they're gonna grow mold, usually they will.
Okay.
And it just depends on where you source them from.
Yeah.
I hardly.
Well, they're from you, so.
I know. Well, and it depends on where I source them
Oh,
from too.
yeah.
I'm not allowed to propagate them. They're really.
Okay.
They're really
Like protected.
Yeah. Yeah, the genetics, like the plant breeder rights.
Totally.
Blah, blah,
That
blah.
makes sense. So
Yeah.
you hybridize all the ones that you sell?
No, I'm not allowed. No, I basically I go to that the Blancheri family in Italy, and like you have to agree that I'm not gonna like
Do
basically
anything to them.
no, and like
You can just grow them.
yeah, if I was going to sell them, like I mostly grow them to show people what they can do,
Okay.
and then will then source their corms and then sell their corms to home gardeners.
I see.
But if you are making any sort of money on them, their rule is that you have to like basically you can get 1 year of flowers on them, and then you have to destroy their corms and rebuy them. Like it's an agreement.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, but I mean I kind of get it because the genetics.
Yeah,
are so
totally.
good.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know about that.
Yeah, so good. So anyway, blah blah blah. That's Italian. So yeah, they want to be planted in lots of compost and only like 2 inches down. It's kind of like peonies, where if you plant them too far, like peonies like to be really close to the surface too. And if you plant them too low, you'll get greens, but you just won't get
The flower.
really good flowers. So anyway, they will take if we have like a really cool, very cold late winter. It could take like up to 120 days for them to bloom and sprout.
Yeah.
And then just once they get going, if they're pre-sprouted, they'll bloom for you for like 7 or 8 weeks.
Oh,
So you
amazing.
can extend the season for
I'm gonna start
a couple
like
weeks.
today.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's been so exciting.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think about. Do you have any questions so far?
No, it's a lot of information though.
I'm sorry.
So, no, it's good. I'm like, okay, how do I remember all of this? Well, I'll watch the video.
Yeah.
I'll watch our own video.
Yeah. Here we go.
No, I think that makes sense so far.
Okay.
So you just kind of like put them in the soil and you set it and forget it
Yeah.
for like
Pretty much.
90
Yeah.
days. You
Yeah.
said? Yeah.
Now, like,
February, March, April.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of times, this is another cool thing. I don't want to like overload you with
Yeah. No,
information.
it's okay.
Okay.
I like
But okay.
Yeah.
More luck.
Yeah.
Because we live here, we have like the time between that of the like the amount of days that we have that are between 50 and 80 degrees are a lot.
Mhm.
Of our, like there's
Yeah.
parts of the, like in Arizona, you're not going to get that. very
Totally.
much.
Yep.
So like if you are in Arizona growing, you need to like start them inside, find a place like in front of your AC unit or whatever. Yeah, start them inside and then put them outside like in the dead of winter.
Yeah.
And then you would be able to get that.
I see.
But you have to like then you would need light inside because you're not just pre-sprouting them. Then you would pre-sprout them and then like bump them up into like 4-inch pots or something like that and get them under grow lights.
Yeah.
So you know, we're just so lucky here because we have such a long season, but places that don't will be, you know, need to do a lot more of the pre-sprouting inside.
But there's like a natural season for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the other really cool thing about that is that we can get like, you can basically succession plant your ranunculus here.
So what does that mean?
Okay, succession planting. So like if I was going to succession plant sunflowers, I would, because sunflowers are like really quick to get going, but they're kind of like one-hit wonders. Like you cut them all and then there's no more.
I see.
And so, you know, sunflowers you could plant the seeds like 2 weeks apart.
I
for
see.
like,
So every couple weeks you're getting.
for like 2 or 3 months you can do that.
Totally.
And so then you have sunflowers blooming for like 4 months.
Yeah.
You know. Well, with ranunculus, because we live here and have those really good temps, we can like I will plant some at like just right when it starts to get cold, like when the dahlias are, you know, starting to shut down, maybe like right before the first frost or something.
Okay.
Stick them in, and I don't do any pre-sprouting because I don't have to.
Yeah.
Like Taylor and I just planted some up a month ago, or less than a month ago, and we literally, I didn't even soak them.
Ranunculus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was going to rain. So that's
for sure.
They're fine. We're just so lucky. But anyway, so yeah, you can get some in like late October, early November, and then just like, it doesn't even have to be super, because it kind of depends on the weather and how many warm snaps we get or how freezing our winter is. But you can put some more in like late December or early January.
Okay.
You can do some more in February.
Oh, cool.
The latest I ever plant around here is the first week of April.
Okay.
Because I'm just like,
It's not too, because it's too warm by then.
Yeah. It just ends
start
up,
them.
they really like to start cold.
Okay.
That's probably the number one.
Yeah.
The number one thing that people like misinterpret about ranunculus is they're like, I have them on heat mats, they're not doing anything.
Under the lights,
Yeah, and I'm like, they are stressed out.
Yeah.
It's way too warm for them. They're like spring bloomers.
Yeah.
So they want to start cold.
With ranunculus, is it a one-hit wonder too? Like when you snip them, that's what I thought. They come back.
They are amazing.
Is there a
Because
name
blooming
for
for
what
them.
that does?
Cut and come again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or repeat bloomers.
Cool.
Well, not really repeat. Yeah, cut and come again. So basically, the more you cut them, they're like dahlias.
Yes.
The more you cut them,
Okay.
it sounds like the math. It
No,
doesn't
it
make
makes
sense, but it does.
Totally.
So people will be like, "Hey, I only got like 3 flowers on my," and I was like, "Oh, what happened? Did you have a short season?" They're like, "No, they were blooming for like 6 weeks," and I was like, So basically, and especially with floral work and stuff, when you could probably use some fully blown flowers.
Yeah,
in certain depends on what you're doing.
Yeah.
If it's a one-day event, then you're gonna want them in all the stages. But the time to harvest them, if you're gonna like throw them in a cooler, is when they're marshmallow stage.
Yep.
Just like peonies.
Yeah.
You don't want them to be rock hard. So they'll have color on them, but they won't be open.
Yeah.
And you give them a swish, and it's weird because 2 will look completely identical, and you'll give one, and it'll be swishy, and the other one will be rock hard.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Like, don't cut the rock hard one.
Yeah.
As soon as it's swishy, you can cut it. And I always cut, even if you're not going to use the longest stem, I always go down because any green that you leave on the plant, it's going to try to keep alive.
Yeah.
So I cut down when they first start getting going. This is true also with anemones especially, but sometimes they'll have like the little shorter, like this tiny little short stem.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? It's just getting going.
Okay.
You know? So if it stops even before it like buds up, you can cut it off. And, you know, if you're just looking for those.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing, is it pretty windy where you are, or not too bad?
Not too bad. I have my beds like up against the house, so I feel like that kind of protects it.
One of the things about beds up against the house, especially if it's the south, is that if it gets really, really hot there, you would maybe be surprised that the soil temp there is a bit warmer.
Yeah.
So especially if you're going to sow a late succession, that might not be the best place for it, or at least have it be like 3 feet, not right up against the house, like maybe in the front of the bed or something. There's a little tile. It's called It's called a hydrometer thermometer, and it's by Govee, Govee. It's on Amazon for like $15, and it's one of my most used tools.
Where it checks the temp.
Yeah, temperature and humidity. So you can. I also use it for like
I might have that.
Storing my tubers.
Yeah.
Like for the walk-in cooler and like humidity. You see how? Yeah, it's great. But anyway, you can put that just on the soil outside.
Okay.
And if like in your greenhouse.
Yeah.
And so you're like, oh wow, it was a sunny day. The greenhouse today, even though it was 43 degrees, it got up to 80.
Okay.
And it's just stuff that you don't think about.
Totally.
And you have to be within like whatever, 200 feet or something, but it just is on your phone. And it keeps a record of it.
Oh,
so you don't have to go out in your PJ pants and be like.
That's amazing.
Right?
Yeah. In the dead of March.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, cool. Does pH have anything to do with growing environment?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's pretty, like I said, there are people who love to fuss over that kind of thing. I've had 4 kids. Flowers are like my one and only hobby, and it was for my mental sanity. So babysitting them as well.
A child.
Good Lord, no.
Yeah.
Like if someone was gonna die, it was not gonna be the kids.
Yeah.
So all the flowers, so many flowers, so much flower death. But that's how I learned a bunch of stuff. So that's cool. I can't think of. Rabbits love them.
Oh, okay.
Deer don't.
Okay.
So they're resistant. They're deer resistant. Although, like, have you been out with the Salmon Islands or like Anacortes? And you see that the deer will like eat out of your hand. They'll like eat a peanut butter sandwich if you leave it on the picnic table. So like, if the deer can speak English, they might eat your ranunculus. But other than that, just normal deer don't. For rabbits, one of the best things that I've come across is just to plant them up high. Like ranunculus love being planted in raised beds or pots or anything. So you can put like a little fence in front of your raised bed if you have cats, you can also get cats. But if you have any bunny trouble, and that will help. They just like the tender little starts of them. Turds. Yeah. It's like slugs on brand new dahlias. So. And then squirrels. I said we're going to talk about squirrels. So squirrels, and this is true about anything that you plant kind of like this time of year, like late fall. They're in their like hunter-gatherer stage. So they don't eat ranunculacorms and anemones. They don't eat any of those things, but they steal them.
Oh. Just for fun?
Just because they're like, oh, that's, a treasure.
They don't eat that.
Yeah, they don't eat it, but they steal it. So that the first year, it was so much birthday money.
Oh. I have a puppy, so hopefully he'll handle the squirrel situation.
Oh,
yeah. We have like so many dogs.
That's right.
Yeah,
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, on duty.
So what I do about that, if your dogs aren't on duty,
yes,
or for our listeners, is that I put like even before I go inside, because I swear like the squirrels are in the tree like watching. She goes inside. Come on. So I just go and get like leaves and twigs and stuff that's like in the like blown up against the side of my house or under a tree and stuff, and I just sprinkle that on top so they can't. It's like camouflage.
Okay.
And you can just take it off.
Yeah.
Like after like 3 weeks, and
that's okay.
No longer newly disturbed dirt. But
that's good to know.
So if you have squirrels, that's the way to. And that goes not just for ranunculus or anemones, but anything that you plant, like shallow. This time of year, shallow and small
vegetables. Everything. Okay.
Yeah. That's good to know. Yeah. Any other questions? Their base life is ridiculous.
Oh, it's long, right?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I've had some in for like 2 weeks.
I know.
Or more.
If
you cut a extra marshmallow.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, and they're not like some flowers you have to change the water, like daffodils or zinnias or like some you really got to change the water every couple of days, and these, I'll change it like once.
Yeah.
But they don't make the water dirty. They're great. Yeah. They're really resilient, even though they don't.
They look like they would be flimsy. Yeah, totally.
They're also wireable. So you can stick the wire up, or even like if you're making boutonnieres or whatever, you can just chop their heads off.
Yeah.
And then thread it with a little floral wire, and then twirl it, and then it's just completely
stable.
Yeah.
That is the surprising thing when I've worked with them, because it looks so flimsy. Maybe because is the stem hollow?
The stem is hollow.
Yeah, so it always just looks like it's gonna be so flimsy, but if I wire them, I feel like they'll last forever.
Yeah.
And stick up.
Yeah, and even like if you're making, like a bigger arrangement, you can face them different directions. I'm glad you said that, because I talked about the stems, because when I asked about wind, they can handle wind, but what happens is they stay shorter. So I love to have mine have the longest stem length possible, because then when you're using arrangements,
sure.
And so I accomplish that 2 ways. Or basically, I do one thing and it kills 2 birds with 1 stone. But basically, I plant my ranunculus really close together.
Okay.
So I plant them like 3 to 4 inches apart. I'll plant them like 3 inches apart or 4 inches apart in a row, and then have 4 inches, and then do another row. I pack them in pretty dang tight.
Yeah.
As long as you have a bunch of compost, and then even like 3 or 4 weeks into their blooming time, I put some more. Yeah. Put the fertilizer on top. Just because it just gets them, they'll keep on giving you these super full blooms.
Yeah.
If they're starting to single out, giving you kind of single flowers, just give them more, a little bit more fertilizer.
Okay.
But when you plant them really, really close together, it does 2 things for stem length. One is it makes them reach for the light a little bit more, because they're a little bit more competitive to get to the light. So that makes their stem lengths longer. But the other thing too is it's a little bit of a supported structure, and so they kind of help each other with the wind.
Like a forest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, totally.
So if they're on their own, and don't have a lot of blockage from the wind, the stems are going to stay shorter.
Okay.
And the Italian ones have such thick, they're so sturdy that they don't need any help at all.
Amazing. Yeah, and you can kind of interplant. I know you all yours, but if I integrate all the colors and varieties, they'll all do fine. The Italians don't need to be separate.
No.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
Yeah.
Should anemones go in with them too?
You can put anemones in with them. They will, anemones start around 4 degrees and they start to go dormant around 70.
Okay.
So totally depending on the year for us.
Yeah.
If it stays around, if it doesn't hit 80, then the anemones ranunculus will be hanging out a lot. But if it's really warm, the anemones are going to be dormant and you're only going to have the ranuncs.
Okay.
But you can also, I hardly ever leave mine in over winter, even though we can around here.
Yeah.
But because I'm flipping my beds, I'm putting other stuff in them.
Yeah.
So you can totally put anemones ranuncs, and then just pop them out when you're done with them, when they're dormant, or even when they're not dormant, if you have to get something else in there. And what I do is I put them in a bulb crate or a brown box or whatever, and sit them in the sun.
Okay.
And you want to have them dry out like seeds.
Okay.
I just give them a haircut. I cut this goes for anemones or ranunculus. But I cut off, just leave about an inch, a little handle basically. And then I put them, keep the tag with them because it's really hard to keep the varieties separate, but keep the tag with them. And then, I just put them out in the sun for a week. And if it looks like you've killed them forever and they're never going to do anything ever again, that's how you want them to look. You want them to look so good.
Yeah.
Like a seed.
Okay.
Yeah. But they're like these little octopus squish things.
Okay, I'm excited to see them.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I feel like I know what to do now.
Oh, good.
Later this weekend.
You mean with your wedding and your greenhouse building?
Yeah. All the things. I gotta get it in because I want a really long season.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like you could, with your greenhouse going up, you could pre-sprout them if you want inside.
Yeah.
And just get them going. Just make sure, do you have cats?
No.
Okay. Because they love to go and sleep in your ranunculus tree.
Weird.
I know.
Huh.
It's just my cats. I don't know.
I'll have to see if I have anywhere in my house that's that cold. 50 degrees.
Just lower than 60.
Okay.
You want it to be lower than 60.
Yeah.
Sometimes
my garage has gotta be that
Yeah, I mean, you can leave it like a tiny little crack open.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes that helps because we have like old school radiator heat here, and our pipes run through our garage, and so our garage is a little bit warmer.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I'm gonna see if I had any other questions. Okay, so pre-sprouting takes like overnight.
soaking overnight.
Soaking overnight.
Pre-sprouting is basically where you take that soaked corn, you stick it in a casserole or something.
Oh,
official,
okay.
and you get it started cold. Doesn't need to have like cold, like between 50 and 60 degrees.
Okay.
And that's the little baby, instead of like putting them outside and just being like, well, I don't know exactly what the weather's going to do.
I see. Okay.
It might take them a little, like it might be fine out there,
Okay.
but you can't control what happens out there,
Sure.
and you can in your 58 degree
Okay.
garage.
So there's like the soaking, then the pre-sprouting, and then like the planting.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll probably, the soaking is just overnight.
Yeah.
And then I can pre-sprout them either in my house or the greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And then when is a good time to put them into the beds?
When you see, like, I wait until the roots are like half inch to an inch long. They're like
Okay.
little, like white roots.
Okay.
They're like little rootlets.
Yours
So,
aren't up yet, huh? Because we just put them in.
oh, I can take you outside.
Oh, yeah,
And I've done it
see.
in other videos too.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Of like washing it off.
What they look
And-
like.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they'll start to green up. Like they'll start to have some green tops to them.
Okay.
If they are pretty warm in your garage, they're gonna be ready earlier rather than later.
Okay.
And so some people are like, hey, what's up? And they've got like these super leggy, I'm like, oh, they need to get outside.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
It's not gonna hurt them, especially the Italian ones like that, if you've got like these 8-inch long leggy things and they weren't in the sun. I mean, you have a greenhouse.
Yes.
Love that. But it doesn't matter. Just cut the leaf off and
Okay.
stick it outside, or
Okay.
don't even cut it off. Like it just doesn't matter.
Okay. Just put them in.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can they, because I can't remember the name of it when you plant flowers with vegetables to help the pollination, or like
Oh yeah.
I did like lavender nasturtium this last year to protect like the vegetables.
Yeah.
What is that called? Companion planting.
Mhm.
I'm like co-planting something
Codependent.
in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what?
somewhere in that. So are ranunculus and anemones good to?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I've had them companion. I mean, I just sometimes stick them in wherever I've got room.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'm like, oh no, I want a whole bed.
Yeah.
Or I want 3 beds.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just been different for me every year. But I've had anemones and ranunculus in the same bed, or like half and half.
Okay.
But then, like, if you're interplanting them,
Mhm.
just know that your anemones are gonna come up first,
Okay.
and then they're gonna go night
Yeah,
first.
first.
And so they're not exactly timed.
Yeah. The exact
same.
same. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But anemones do last around here pretty long.
Yeah. Because I feel like they don't always get like into the 80s in the summer.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah. I mean,
I actually don't know.
no. I mean, usually August, September,
Okay.
they're done.
Okay.
Yeah. But which is why April 1st is the last time
Yeah.
I'll plant them, because it's April, May, June. So they're by the end of end of June or early July.
Okay.
They're starting,
Yeah.
and it's so warm. The soil's warm. Everything is sunny and warm.
Yeah.
So they won't give you a 7 to 8 week bloom time. Then
Yeah.
we never see
Shorter.
rings. It's like a very depressing
Yes.
summer in August. So or like in September. It's just that's probably our warmest month.
Well, I'm excited. I have like probably 4 or 5 of those like metal tubs, the galvanized.
Ooh,
whatever.
yeah.
And I found that everything grew really well because the heat was insulated, because they get so hot sitting in the direct
Oh,
sun.
yeah.
The soil would stay really hot.
Yeah.
But ranunculus are okay with warmer soil.
They are.
They just like to be started in cold.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they like to be started in cold. But that's just like what I have noticed is that people have, because I love being in pots as well. But if they have a really like a smaller pot
Yeah.
that is up on their deck, like up against that, it gets a lot warmer than you think.
Too hot.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it kind of depends on
Like how high up?
maybe like how high up, or I mean the big galvanized tub. There's like it's going to take longer to heat up that
Yeah,
big amount than a smaller amount. So yeah, I mean, I would literally just have the goby in there.
Okay.
And, or, you know,
I'm gonna
and
need
just,
like links. Let me write this all down.
Taylor, you put in the video.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's the tile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't think it's waterproof, so you need to put it in Ziploc. But I mean, you could put it down in the soil,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
to like an inch or
That's
two.
crazy. There's like an app for it.
So
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
It's a game changer for
Yeah.
me, that thing. It's probably one of my like top 5 tools
Okay.
that I use. Yeah, it's really nice. So
Oh, I'm excited to see it all.
cool. I'm excited to see your notes.
Yes. Which.
Whatever. It's so cute.
Oh, are we good?
Oh yeah, yeah. Thanks for
Thanks for watching. Taylor?
Oh, that's funny.